All right. My name's Sean Corby, and I'm a RF engineering intern for Natura. Um, did you want me to start with the questions, or?
Well, I just love to know what you do for fun.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm currently going to Kennesaw State University, so I'm really super busy with that. But some of the things that I've done in the past, and when I have more free time, is I like to compose and write music. When I was in high school, I was in the jazz band, the marching band. I played like 6 different instruments.
Wow.
And we got so good that we got recognized to do. We did kind of negotiated a trade with this record label called Subterranean Records, and in exchange of doing like patriotic music for like the Army and the Navy, they did a recording session for us. So we did that.
Wow.
So that was kind of fun. And then I don't know, I've done performances all over like New York City and Pittsburgh and Chicago, and we got to a point where we were getting offers to go on tour, and a lot of the members in one of my bands they were from China. So, and it was kind of an interesting eclectic mix of people, because like a lot of them went to Carnegie Mellon or University of Pittsburgh, and like the guitarist was a astrophysicist, and then our drummer was a neuromathematician. So he would create models and try to how the brain works, and the singer was like a math major. Or just probably the nerdiest group of people to work with, but they were like one of the best groups I've ever worked with.
How about that?
For music and all that. So
wow.
So
So in your travels, you probably have some favorite places to eat, but where would be your favorite local or Atlanta restaurant?
Atlanta. Okay, so more like Marietta, Georgia area. I would say probably I've been to 575 Bistro, which is out off the Barrett Parkway, and it's just a American Vietnamese cuisine place. But I like trying. I'm really big into Thai food, but this place, it's always fresh. The atmosphere is nice. The customer service is good, and I think that counts.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Good.
Yep.
So since you like to eat,
Mm-hmm.
what's your favorite go-to snack or candy?
So this past Halloween, I kind of compulsively purchased some candy. We're gonna give this candy to the kids, and then I had a few batches of. I'm gonna maybe keep this for myself if I end up liking it. And I ended up I tried that newer Oreo chocolate that they had, and it has like caramel in it. It's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, I gotta try that.
Yeah, I like it, but I like Oreos, so.
Yeah. Speaking of things that you have chosen, when you were kind of trying to figure out your career trajectory, you could have chosen anywhere else to co-op. Why Natura?
Natura, the reason I picked Natura was because Crown Castle. I was working with Crown Castle, and I liked the industry, but I didn't really like the pace. It was too slow of a pace for me, and some of the other engineers that I was working with had known some of the employees here at Natura, and they knew the reputation in the RF industry, and they knew that Natura was like one of the best up and coming companies out in the area for RF. So they referred me. I didn't even know they were like right around the corner from where I was working at Crown Castle, and so that's how I found out about this place. And I just my experience has been I tend to prefer smaller companies because they're a little bit more intimate, and you get to know the people a little bit more. And then I also like the fact that more of the responsibility is held on you for certain tasks, so you get to learn the whole process of what you're doing. If you work for really big companies, yes, you can be specialize in what you're doing, but you also can get detached on the overall process of what you're doing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's true. So, can you tell me who is your least favorite superhero?
I would say Superman, and the main reason for that is I always compare Superman to like Batman or some other character, because Superman is this character who he's pretty much invincible. He has any power that you can think of. You know, he has a weakness with kryptonite, but with an exception of that, he's always painted as this, you know, picture perfect superhero, and you don't really see the struggle. You don't see the challenge. He kind of was just born into this. You know, it wasn't like he came from, you know, Bruce Wayne came from a wealthy family, but he didn't just, you know, he worked his way up to where he was at. He challenged himself even when there weren't those expectations when he was young, you know. So that's why, you know, I think when you try to compare who your least favorite superhero is, you have to compare it to probably one of the reasons why, and probably your more favorite superhero.
So is Batman your favorite?
Yeah, I would say
Okay,
Batman's
I
probably my
gotcha.
favorite. Yeah.
What is the best concert you've ever attended?
I would probably I went to I was in New Orleans with my friends. We took a 19-hour trip, and I heard this CD. We were listening to this band called Spoon. They're from Austin, Texas. They're like an indie rock band, and we went down there, and my buddy was going to go to a concert, but there weren't any more tickets or anything like that with his girlfriend. Well, they got in a fight, and and so he's like, you know what, I'm not gonna go. And so he gave me and my other buddy the tickets. So we got to go to that, and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool, because I literally just learned that band, like, you know, that point in time. So
Yeah.
we went there, and it was like, the venue was awesome. It was like a 2-story venue, and they had an open part in the center on the second story, so it was really intimate. You could look down and see the band, and it was just, the crowd and the audience was really cool. And then we ended up partying with a bunch of the people from the crowd that we met there.
Yeah.
So,
The last question, who inspires you?
I don't want to sound like stereotypical, but right now I really get inspired by Elon Musk, and it's not that he's necessarily in the industry that I'm looking towards or anything like that. I just think that since, I don't know, the last 20 years or so, he's always kind of defied the odds and went against the expectations. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the videos of people, that would say that when you try to create SpaceX, how people are saying, no, you can't really do this. And that even his, I think it was Buzz Aldrin or one of the famous astronauts had criticized him, and they did an interview with it, and it really, really upset him, because he's basically being criticized by his heroes that were astronauts that explored space, that were saying that he couldn't accomplish what he wanted to accomplish with creating a spaceship, and he was able to do that. Now, whether he's doing a good job at it, or there's a lot of challenges, but he always seems to kind of push towards the edge of what's next.
Gotcha.
So that's why. I mean, I know you've probably heard in the news more about some of the stuff that's been going on with him, and legally, him not saying the right things and all that. And I think he's more of an engineer and less of a business person. I think that's, but yeah, I'm still inspired by him, even, because you're not gonna be able to maybe accomplish everything, but he pushes the envelope and tries to do the best that he can.